Every damn day you wake up and wonder why you're still stuck. You look at your life and feel that gnawing frustration, that pit in your stomach telling you something isn't right. You're not where you should be. And deep down, you know it. But instead of taking charge, instead of grabbing life by the throat and making it bend to your will, you sit there, paralyzed, full of excuses, waiting for some miracle to save you. Let me tell you something. No one is coming to save you. No one gives a damn about your struggles more than you do. You are the problem, and until you face that, nothing will change. The first reason you're struggling is simple. You refuse to take accountability. You point fingers at your past, your circumstances, your family, your friends. Hell, you even blame the weather. But the brutal truth, the person staring back at you in the mirror is the only one responsible for your mess. Own it. Embrace it. Then fix it. The second reason is fear. You're terrified of failure, and because of that, you refuse to take real risks. You want guarantees. You want certainty. You want a safety net. Well, let me break the news to you. Success doesn't come with training wheels. You either go all in, or you stay stuck. The comfort zone is where dreams go to die, and you've been living in a goddamn graveyard. Number 3, your mindset is weak. You tolerate average, so you get average. You let laziness, doubt, and mediocrity run the show. Raise your standards, raise your game, or accept your fate as another nobody who had a potential but never did a damn thing with it. Next, you lack discipline. You want results but don't put in the work. You talk big, but your actions are pathetic. Do you think the greats became great by sitting around? No, they outworked everyone. They did what needed to be done, whether they felt like it or not. If you can't hold yourself accountable to a daily grind, you might as well quit now. And let's talk about your circle, because that's another reason you're failing. You surround yourself with losers, with people who drag you down instead of lifting you up. Your best friend is a couch potato, your mentor is Netflix, and your biggest critic is yourself. If you want to fly, you better stop hanging around with turkeys. Find people who challenge you, who push you, who demand greatness from you. Otherwise, you're just another sheep in the herd. Let's be real deep down. You know why you're struggling. You feel it, but feeling it isn't enough. What separates the winners from the losers is action. Ruthless, relentless action. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna keep making excuses? Keep waiting for the right time? Keep hoping success will magically fall into your lap? Or are you gonna wake the hell up, step up and take control of your destiny? Because at the end of the day, no one is stopping you but you. And if you don't change now, when will you? Lack of accountability, you are your biggest roadblock. Let's cut the nonsense and get straight to the point. You are exactly where you deserve to be. Not because of bad luck, not because of circumstances, not because of your past, but because of you. Every decision you've made, every action you've taken or failed to take has led you to this exact moment. And until you take full accountability for your life, you will remain stuck. Accountability is the foundation of success. It's the brutal, unfiltered truth that separates the winners from the losers. You see, most people go through life in a constant state of denial. They blame their failures on everything but themselves. It's the economy. They wasn't born into I didn't have the right opportunities. People don't support me. Shut that garbage up. The moment you start pointing fingers at the world is the moment you give away your power. When you blame something or someone else, you're saying, I have no control over my life. And that is the mindset of a victim. Winners don't play the victim card. Winners take ownership of their failures just as much as they take ownership of their successes. They don't whine. They don't make excuses. They don't wait for someone to come and fix their problems. They look in the mirror and say, this is my mess, and I'm going to clean it up. Let's talk about the difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck. The successful ones, they own every single thing in their life. Their finances, their health, their relationships, their mindset. If they're broke, they don't blame the system. They figure out how to make more money. If they're out of shape, they don't cry about bad genetics. They get their ass in the gym and fix it. If their business fails, they don't blame the market. They adjust their strategy and try again. But the ones who stay stuck, they always have an excuse. Always. There's always some external reason why things didn't work out. And do you know what that does? It keeps them exactly where they are, powerless, frustrated, and bitter. Because when you refuse to take responsibility, you also refuse to take control. Let me make this crystal clear. If your life is a mess, it's your fault. And that's actually the best news you could ever hear. Why? Because if it's your fault, that means you have the power to change it. The moment you say, I am responsible for every outcome in my life, you flip the script. You go from being a passive observer to an active creator. You can't fix what you refuse to acknowledge. If you keep lying to yourself, if you keep avoiding the hard truths, you will never grow. Growth starts with a reality check. Take a step back and ask yourself, where am I screwing up? What have I been avoiding? What excuses have I been telling myself? And when you get the answer, don't run from it. Face it head on and do something about it. Look, life is tough. No one is going to hand you success. No one is coming to clean up your mess. No one is responsible for your life but you. The faster you accept that, the faster you can start turning things around. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone to hold your hand. Take full ownership of your life and watch how everything changes. Because at the end of the day, there are only two kinds of people. Those who make excuses and those who make things happen. Which one are you? Fear of failure, your comfort zone is your prison. Let's talk about something that's been holding you back your entire life. Something that has kept you playing small, kept you stuck in mediocrity, kept you from going after your true potential. It's a little thing called fear. More specifically, it's the fear of failure. You're not afraid of success. Oh no, deep down you know you're capable of achieving great things. What you're truly afraid of is failing. You're terrified of looking stupid, of being judged, of feeling inadequate. You've convinced yourself that failure is a sign of weakness, that it's something to be avoided at all costs. But here's the truth that no one else is going to tell you. Failure is your ticket to success. And until you learn to embrace it, you will remain stuck forever. Let me break it down for you. Fear of failure is the most crippling force in your life right now. It's the invisible cage that keeps you from stepping up, taking risks, and doing what you know you need to do. It's the reason you keep putting off those big dreams, the reason you procrastinate, the reason you stay in your comfort zone, and the reason you tell yourself you can't or won't even try. Fear paralyzes you, and it makes you play it safe. But guess what? Safety is a trap. Comfort is a prison. You think you're protecting yourself by avoiding risk, by avoiding failure. You think you're saving yourself from embarrassment, pain, or shame. But the reality is that you're only saving yourself from growth. The only way to improve, to learn, to evolve is by failing. Every failure is a lesson, and every lesson is a step closer to success. As long as you keep playing it safe, so long as you avoid failure at all costs, you are stagnating. You want to know why most people stay stuck? It's because they are afraid of failure. They want to be certain that everything will go right before they even take the first step. They want a guarantee of success before they try. And guess what? That doesn't exist. No one knows what will happen next. No one has a crystal ball that will show them the future. And the moment you accept that the future is uncertain, the moment you realize that failure is inevitable on the path to greatness, the moment you accept that risk is part of the journey, you will unlock a new level of freedom. Let me ask you, how many times have you missed out on an opportunity simply because you were too afraid to try? How many moments of greatness have you passed by because you worried about failing, about looking bad, about disappointing others or yourself? Here's the deal. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. If you're not failing, you're not pushing your limits. You're not challenging yourself. You're not getting out of your comfort zone. And if you're not out of your comfort zone, you are not living. You're just existing. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by embracing it. They failed and failed and failed again. But each time they learned from their mistakes, adjusted their approach, and tried again. They didn't let failure define them. They didn't let failure stop them. Instead, they used it as fuel to push forward. The secret to success is simple. You have to fail faster. The faster you fail, the quicker you learn. And the quicker you learn, the quicker you move closer to your goals. Every failure is an opportunity to improve. Every failure is a chance to do better next time. Every failure is a step forward. And that's how champions are made. But I know what you're thinking. What if I fail and never recover? Let me tell you something. You will recover. You have the strength. You have the resilience. You have the drive. People don't stay down forever unless they choose to stay down. And right now, you have a choice. You can stay paralyzed by fear, or you can stand up, shake off the dust, and go after what you truly want. The only true failure is not trying at all. So I challenge you, embrace failure. Start failing today. Fail big, fail often, and fail forward. The world belongs to the ones who are willing to risk it all. They're the ones who dare to fail, and the ones who refuse to let fear dictate their actions. Step out of your comfort zone. Take that risk. Make that move. The fear of failure is nothing more than a lie to keep you from your greatness. The only thing standing between you and success is your willingness to step into the unknown and take action despite the fear. And when you do that, you will see exactly what you're capable of. Weak mindset and low standards, the level you tolerate, is the level you operate at. Let's get one thing straight. Your life is a direct reflection of the standards you set for yourself. You are exactly where you are because of what you tolerate. If you allow laziness, mediocrity, and self-doubt to dictate your actions, then you will never rise above average. If you settle for just good enough, you will never achieve greatness. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck in mediocrity is simple. Mindset and standards. That's it. And right now, yours are weak. Weakness of the mind is the biggest enemy you'll ever face. It's not your circumstances, not your past, not even your so-called bad luck. It's your mentality. A weak mind looks for shortcuts, avoids challenges, and folds under pressure. A weak mind makes excuses. A weak mind justifies laziness. A weak mind quits at the first sign of struggle. But let me tell you something. Life does not reward weakness. Life does not hand out trophies for participation. Life rewards those who refuse to settle. Look at the most successful people in the world. They didn't get there by thinking small, by accepting mediocrity, or by making excuses. They got there by setting their standards higher than everyone else's. They demand more of themselves. They demand more of themselves. They expect excellence in everything they do. They operate on a level that most people aren't willing to reach. That's the difference between winners and losers. The standards they hold themselves to. So let me ask you, what are your standards? What are your standards? Are you pushing yourself to the absolute limit, or are you just doing the bare minimum to get by? Do you demand the best from yourself, or do you settle for whatever's easy? Do you wake up every morning ready to attack the day, or do you hit the snooze button and drag yourself out of bed like a zombie? Be honest with yourself. Do it. Because until you raise your standards, nothing in your life is going to change. Your standards dictate everything: your work ethic, your discipline, your habits, your success. If your standard is to just get by, then that's all you'll ever do. If your standard is to try your best, then you'll always fall short when things get tough. But if your standard is to dominate, to be the best, to give 1,000% every single day, then guess what? You will start moving like a winner. But here's the problem. Most people are terrified of raising their standards because it requires effort. It requires discipline. It requires sacrifice. It requires doing things that most people won't do. And that's why most people will never be great. They'd rather stay in their comfortable little bubble, living a life of mediocrity, than do what's necessary to reach the top. Your weak mindset is the reason you keep losing. Every time you tell yourself, this is too hard, maybe I'm not good enough, or I don't feel like it today, you're proving that your standards are too low. You have trained your mind to accept weakness, and because of that, you operate at a weak level. But you can change that right now. The first step to breaking free from this cycle is making a decision to demand more from yourself. You must commit to a new standard of thinking, a new standard of discipline, a new standard of execution. You must hold yourself accountable to excellence, not convenience. Think about it. If you only expect average results from yourself, you will never achieve anything extraordinary. If you only do what's comfortable, you will never grow. If you don't challenge yourself every single day, you will stay exactly where you are. Winners aren't born. They are built through relentless self-discipline and unbreakable standards. You have to rewire your mind for success. That means no more self-pity, no more playing small, no more tolerating half-assed effort. You show up, you do the work, and you do it better than anyone else. You don't quit when things get tough. You don't let fear, laziness, or self-doubt stop you. You push through. You raise the bar. You expect nothing but the best from yourself. The moment you decide to operate at a higher level is the moment your entire life will change. No more excuses. No more playing victim. No more settling. From now on, you set the standard. You demand more from yourself. You hold yourself accountable to a level of excellence that most people aren't willing to reach. And guess what? That's exactly why you'll succeed. Weak mindset and low standards, the level you tolerate is the level you operate. And let me make this perfectly clear. The life you're living right now is the life you've allowed yourself to have. Your results, your progress, your situation, all of it is a direct reflection of the standards you've set for yourself. If you're not where you want to be, if you're stuck in a rut, frustrated with your lack of success, it's not because of bad luck or external factors. It's because of you. Your standards are too low. Your mindset is weak. And unless you raise both, you will continue to drift through life with the same mediocre results. Let's talk about standards first. The standards you set for yourself dictate lack of action, and disciplined dreams without action are hallucinations. Let's face it, you're not where you want to be because you haven't put in the work. Dreams and aspirations don't mean a damn thing without action. You can sit around all day visualizing your success, talking about your goals, and imagining what your life could look like if everything worked out. But unless you act, it's all a pipe dream. You're wasting your time and energy living in a fantasy world if you're not executing. Dreams without action are hallucinations. You might say, I want to be successful, or I want to have financial freedom, or I want to build something great. But here's the catch. Wanting something isn't enough. Wanting something isn't going to get you closer to your goals. Desiring success without making any effort toward it is a complete waste of time. You must be disciplined. You must be willing to take consistent action, even when the results aren't immediately apparent, and even when you don't feel like it. The problem with most people is that they want instant results. They dream of wealth, success, or the perfect body, but they aren't willing to put in the necessary work to make it happen. They want everything on a silver platter, but they're unwilling to get their hands dirty. It doesn't work like that. Success is earned, not given. And the currency you pay for success is action. Not just any action, but consistent, relentless action that adds up over time. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without discipline, you'll never stay committed. Without discipline, you'll quit when things get hard. Without discipline, you'll be caught up in distractions and excuses. Most people are like fireworks, exciting at first, a burst of energy, but then they fizzle out quickly. Real success comes from those who have the endurance to keep going, who can continue taking action even when motivation runs dry. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up every single day, putting in the work and moving forward no matter how small the steps seem. You might not see the immediate rewards, but the key is consistency. Small actions compounded over time lead to massive results. If you get 1% better each day, over a year, you'll be 365% better. That's the power of daily disciplined action. The real enemy isn't a lack of talent or resources, it's a lack of discipline. People spend far too much time making excuses or waiting for the right moment to start. But let me tell you something. There is no perfect moment. There is no ideal situation. The right time is always now. You can't afford to wait for motivation to hit you because motivation is fleeting. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. You must develop the habit of discipline and the mindset that no matter how you feel, you will execute. Every day you show up. Here's a reality check. You don't get what you want, you get what you do. People love to talk about their dreams, but they're not willing to do the work. They love to dream big, but their actions are small. Your dreams are worthless unless you act on them. It's your action that determines the outcome, not your thoughts, not your desires, not your wishes. You must take what's in your mind and bring it into reality through action. Without action, your dreams remain as they are, dreams. They never turn into results. Now let's talk about excuses. Everyone has them. I'm too tired. I don't have enough time. I don't know where to start. I'll do it tomorrow. Stop it. Excuses are the killer of progress. The truth is, everyone has obstacles. Everyone faces setbacks. Successful people don't let those obstacles stop them. They work around them, they find a way. They don't accept failure as an option. You need to start thinking the same way. There is no room for excuses in your life if you want success. The most successful people in the world didn't get there because they waited for perfect conditions. They didn't wait for motivation to show up. They didn't wait for the stars to align. They took consistent, disciplined action every day, regardless of how they felt. Your actions determine your reality. Every time you take action, you reinforce the belief that you can achieve what you set out to do. Every time you skip action, you reinforce the idea that you'll never make it. In the end, success is all about who is willing to work the hardest, stay the course, and keep grinding when everyone else is too lazy to keep going. So stop dreaming about it and start doing. Discipline is the key to turning your goals into results. If you want something badly enough, get off your ass, take the action, and get it done. Dreams are for the dreamers who never take action. Results are for the people who show up, do the work, and never quit. The choice is yours. Lack of focus, the distraction, is your biggest enemy. Let me be brutally honest with you. The reason you are struggling, the reason you're feeling overwhelmed, the reason you can't seem to make any significant progress is simple. Lack of focus. The world we live in today is full of distractions. They're everywhere. On your phone, on social media, in your inbox, in your conversations, in your environment. And it's easy to fall victim to them. The constant noise, the endless options, the immediate gratification, all of it pulls you in different directions, leaving you scattered, unfocused, and unable to achieve anything meaningful. Focus is your most powerful weapon, and without it, you are doomed to mediocrity. Focus is the cornerstone of success. It's the difference between someone who has the potential to be great and someone who will remain average. The successful people you look up to, they're not smarter than you. They don't have more time than you. They're not even luckier than you. The key to their success is that they've mastered the art of focus. They have the discipline to block out the distractions, to hone in on what matters, and to eliminate anything that does not serve their goals. Think about this for a second. How many times a day are you distracted? How often do you get sidetracked by the endless scrolling, the notifications, the pointless conversations, the low-value tasks? How often do you tell yourself you'll start working on something and then find yourself wandering off to something else? This lack of focus is why you're not moving forward. This is why, despite all your potential and all your dreams, you're stuck in the same place, spinning your wheels. Distractions are dangerous. They lure you in, trick you into thinking they're harmless, but in reality, they are stealing your time, your energy, and your future. Distraction is the silent killer of success. The more distracted you are, the less you get done, and the less you get done, the further you fall behind. If you don't protect your focus, you're allowing every little thing in your life to control you. The world doesn't care about your goals or your dreams. It will happily distract you into oblivion if you let it. The most successful people in the world have learned one simple truth. If you want to achieve extraordinary things, you have to be ruthless with your focus. This doesn't mean you have to be obsessed, but you need to be intentional about where you invest your time and energy. Every day you wake up, you have a finite amount of focus, and if you waste it on things that don't contribute to your success, you are actively sabotaging yourself. Ask yourself, what are the distractions in your life? Is it social media? Is it your phone? Is it the people around you constantly pulling you in different directions? Is it your own procrastination and inability to commit to a task? Whatever it is, you need to eliminate it. Distractions can't be eliminated entirely in the modern world, but you can control how much power they have over you, can control how much power they have over you. And that starts with your mindset. The moment you decide to take control of your focus is the moment everything changes. The moment you commit to focusing on your goals and nothing else, your entire trajectory shifts. This means blocking out the noise. This means saying no to things that don't move you forward. This means eliminating or reducing those distractions that constantly pull you away from what truly matters. You need to prioritize your time and protect your mental bandwidth. A lack of focus is like trying to drive a car with your eyes darting in every direction. You can't get to your destination if you're not paying attention to the road. You can't make progress if you're constantly looking around, constantly distracted, constantly unsure of your direction. Every time you take your eyes off the prize, you lose valuable time and momentum. It's the small, consistent efforts that lead to the big breakthroughs. And that's what focus provides you. The ability to take consistent, aligned action that leads to extraordinary results. And let's talk about the long-term impact of a lack of focus. Distractions don't just steal your immediate productivity, they erode your potential over time. If you continue to allow yourself to be distracted, you will find yourself 5, 10, 20 years down the line with nothing substantial to show for it. You will have wasted years of your life on things that didn't matter, on things that didn't contribute to your vision. Focus is the bridge between your current self and the successful person you want to become. So here's the challenge. Decide to master your focus. Eliminate what isn't serving you. Cut out the distractions. Take control of your time and direct it to what truly matters. You will find that when you do this, your results will improve exponentially. The distractions that once held you back will no longer have a grip on you. And the more you strengthen your focus, the easier it becomes to stay on track and to achieve greatness. You have everything you need to succeed, but focus is the key that unlocks the door to your success. And there you have it. The reason you're struggling inside yourself isn't because of a lack of potential. It's because you're not putting in the right work, because you've been distracted, because you've let fear, weak standards, and lack of discipline hold you back. But here's the good news. You have the power to change that. Right now, you can choose to stop living in the shadows of your fears and distractions and start living at your full potential. Success isn't reserved for the lucky or the born with it. It's earned by those who refuse to settle, who face their fears head on, who work relentlessly, who demand more of themselves, and who focus with intensity. You have everything you need to succeed. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is your decision to act with purpose and discipline. This is your wake-up call. Don't let this moment pass you by. Take control. Raise your standards. Push through the fear. Cut out the distractions. And above all, take massive action. You can do this, but only if you choose to. Now go out and dominate. Make today the day everything changes.